Democratic Representative Maxine Water has questioned the patriotism of Republicans who support President Trump. Appearing on MSNBC's AM Joy, Waters trashed Republicans who still stand behind the president following the release of special counsel Robert Mueller's report on Russian interference. RealClearPolitics.com reports, "You take a look at this report, and you will be shocked at the information that's unfolding," Waters said about the Mueller report. "I'm not shocked, because I and my staff began to look very closely at this president early on," she continued, "and when we looked at all of his allies and the people who were connected with him and with Putin and the Kremlin and with the oligarchs in Russia, we determined something was very wrong, and we dubbed them the Kremlin Clan." The Kremlin Clan, as identified, has been on my face page on Twitter for almost 2 years. We know who they are, and this report only confirms that. What more do we need to do? If the Democrats cannot decide that they are going to move forward with impeachment, I guess we are going to continue to go on with these investigations, she said. How long are they going to go on with them? What more do they need to prove? Maxine Waters, let me just say that I have been calling for his impeachment for a long time because I understood very clearly who this man is, how he conducted himself during his campaign, and the kind of information that we learned about him, even before Mueller came on board. We've been waiting for Mueller to make us comfortable with the fact that he is deplorable and not deserving of the presidency, and find all of the evidence, and we thought, Barr, despite his background and what we know about him, was going to step up to the plate, and now we're waiting on the public to make us do it. The Congress really does have to step up to the plate. You know, we've been waiting on everybody else to come up with the information and the facts to move us toward impeachment, and the public is waiting on us. Now we still don't have, you know, the kind of coming together that we need to have in order to do the impeachment. However, I know we will move forward with hearings, and I know that we're going to be trying to get Mueller to come before our committees. I also know that there are some people calling for those folks who were interviewed by Mueller who testified against him should be coming before our committee. All of that is good, all of that is something that could be done, but the fact of the matter is, I think that when you look at this report, you can see that there is enough information there not only on obstruction of justice but also on collusion or conspiracy, whatever you want to call it, to move forward with impeachment on this president. Joy, ANN read, that is a very different demeanor than we saw during the Bill Clinton presidency, when people like Lindsey Graham, who was in the House at the time, and 13 other current United States senators on the Republican side not only wanted Bill Clinton to be impeached over lying about a sexual affair but voted to convict him. What do you make of the fact that people who at the time said that obstruction of justice and getting witnesses to lie was impeachable are now silent on the Republican side? Maxine Waters, well, if you are referring to Lindsey Graham, you know that his word cannot be trusted. Remember when he used to be a friend of John McCain? And remember when he turned on him? So I don't know where he would go with this except to say he is now in bed with the President of the United States of America, and everything he does is about protecting this president no matter what he does. Lindsey does not have any real credibility, and I pay no attention to what he has to say. One of the things you have to think about is this: who are the patriots? Who will stand up for America when our obvious enemy is basically hacking into our electoral systems? Who is going to stand up for America and claim to be a patriot when they see that there are many people around this president who have interacted with those from Russia, from the Kremlin, and with Putin? Where are they coming from? And I think when you ask yourself this question, you'd better be concerned about whether or not these are real patriots, or whether or not they're in the pockets of the President of the United States wishing to gain favor from the President, and they're going to stand up for him no matter what. And so I call out their patriotism at this point in time. You take a look at this report, and you will be shocked at the information that's unfolding. I'm not shocked, because I and my staff began to look very closely at this president early on, and when we looked at all of his allies and the people who were connected with him and with Putin and the Kremlin and with the oligarchs in Russia, we determined something was very wrong, and we dubbed them the Kremlin Clan. The Kremlin Clan, as identified, has been on my face page on Twitter for almost 2 years. We know who they are, and this report only confirms that. What more do we need to do? Okay, so if the Democrats cannot decide that they are going to move forward with impeachment, I guess we are going to continue to go on with these investigations. How long are they going to go on with them? What more do they need to prove? I can only tell you I, for one, have been for impeachment for a long time. I'm going to continue to be for impeachment. I think he should have been impeached a long time ago. Let's block ads. Why?